What's up, G Show Land, and welcome to another episode of the G Show Podcast. I am G1, and this is the Geek Out. Very sad Geek Out it is, and you know, it's unfortunate, but James Earl Jones passed away this week. There's other people who passed away, but that's the big one. We're not gonna leave with that. We'll talk about that later tonight. Later. I mean, as you can see, I'm all caught up. It's been a long week. It's been a great week, but you know what? It is Friday, which means it's time for live streaming, and I am. Look who else is joining! Like literally just started. So let me introduce you to the guests, the cohorts, the co-hosts. Starting with the man that was with me for the past 45 minutes, Shin Rob. What's going on?
What's going on? I'm here. You're here. We're all here, technically. Let's get going. Friday 13th.
Oh, yeah. Friday. Happy Friday 13th, everybody. Also joining us, just jumping in right now, got here in the nick of time, is my brother from another mother. The right hand when it comes to Godzilla on the block party, G73, a.k.a. Megsy, a.k.a. Chase. How are you, my brother?
I'm doing all right. Just getting into the Halloween spirit, decorating my house and watching idiot people turn in the light of the full moon, watch American Werewolf in London the other night and realize some things about that movie. But yeah, we're good.
Good times. Well, let's start off with probably the biggest news in geek culture this week, which would be the unveiling of the not-so-secret PS5 Pro, all its bells and whistles, and its amazing price tag. Boy, oh boy, when I tell you this one took the internet by storm, this one took the internet by storm. So I will start with you, Rob. Your thoughts on this mega behemoth being the PS5 Pro?
I'm so excited for this thing to release. I couldn't be fucking happier because now everybody in the tri-state fucking area is going to try and get that, and I can get a PS5. It'll be marked down by 15%, and I'll buy it. That's what I think about this thing.
That's a very positive way of looking at the release of the PS5 Pro. I didn't even think of that. That's actually genius. Now you can play Spider-Man 2. The only game that ever came out for PS5.
And Spider-Man and...
Wait a minute, if you've never...
One of the 15 billion versions of The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh my god.
Stellar Blade.
Wait, you've never played Spider-Man?
No.
Oh my god.
Bro, I never had a PS4. My last PlayStation was a PS3.
Did you play Godzilla on that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, alright. As long as you got to play Godzilla, the greatest Godzilla game ever made, we're good. That's great.
My ass is the greatest Godzilla game ever made.
The greatest Godzilla game ever made for the PlayStation, it is.
Well, you're not wrong. Well, Save the Earth was on PlayStation.
I thought you could play Godzilla Unleashed on the PS3.
I meant exclusively for PlayStation. How's that one?
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, that works. Yeah.
Aha! So I win! Game over, live stream over. Good night! No, just kidding. If Gam was here, he would have ripped me apart right now.
He will.
Yeah, I know, right? Just I win. Chase, what are your thoughts on the massive price point behemoth that is the PS5 Pro?
Multiple things. This is the reason why we need a competitive market. Since Sony themselves came out and said the reason why they justified this price point was because there's no competition. They literally said that, which is fucking just ridiculously stupid and slimy. I'm really disappointed into you, Sony. I wasn't going to buy a PS5 Pro anyways because I think the Pro consoles are always a waste of money. They're nothing better than the standard. They just put a fancy coat on them, and maybe the picture's a little more better in clarity, like the Prime version and the Blu-ray 4K version of -1. But, I think that $700, not only that, but the fact that it's way more expensive overseas, that's just ridiculous. You would think that Sony would have learned their lesson with the PS3 when they hijacked that price. They're doing the same thing with this. I mean, at least back then it wasn't, the price difference is so much different, and the inflation's different, but like still, that's just terrible. The fact that you do not get a PlayStation stand with it, you have to buy that separately for $10. And then you have to buy the disc drive separately for another $80. So you're paying roughly way more than that, plus with tax and a video game. Maybe you're paying almost $800 to $900 for this console, and that is just a fantasy. I do not know why Sony thinks is a dream. That is this thing. I hope this doesn't sell well. I hope it puts Sony in a spot where they got to be like, oh, well, just like Concord, we shouldn't have thought people were just going to throw their money at us. This is a terrible business practice. Not only that, you have no games to play on it. It's a wasted system. All these games on the PS5 are from the PS4. I mean, with the exception of a few PS5 exclusives, when I mean like that, just PS5 generation, like RoboCop, which could have been a PS4 game. Let's not lie. It's like, what's the point of buying the system? Not only that, you don't even get a pro controller that they've been doing. You get a standard PS5 controller. That is so bonkers. What world are we living in? I don't know what Sony thinks is going on, but people aren't going to, this isn't going to be justifiable. And I don't see this console selling. I know that the disc drive is being scalped right now, but that's $80 opposed to a $700 machine. And if it's going to be bad enough if scalpers are trying to buy a $700 machine and hijack that price up for another $1,000 or so, that's just, go ahead, scalpers, do that. No one's going to buy your consoles. And I don't know. It's just barbaric to me, and the fact that we are already getting talks of the PS6 and stuff like that in like only 2 to 3 years. Why on earth would I spend money for a pro console when a new console is being talked about and possibly on the way soon? I just bought my PS5 last year and I barely have broken it in. I use it mostly to watch movies because there's no games on it.
Yeah, you know what? You know what?
I just don't understand
I think
where Sony gets off with this bullshit barbaric idea that they're going to charge a console that just looks slightly better. And guys, don't be fooled by the 8K idea. 8K is not possible. The only way you're going to be able to view 8K is if you have a movie theater size theater in your house. That's how the resolutions work. There's no way you're going to have an 8K on your console or anything. And I just think that is such a stupid marketing ploy that they use that is not going to go anywhere at all.
Well,
and
here's the deal. Here's what I think.
It's a waste of money. I'm glad I'm not going to buy it. And I'm very disappointed in Sony because you're taking advantage of your consumers, and now the lights have shown how scummy you really are.
Real quick, want to chime in. My boy Spider-Man has swung through straight from Sony itself. Spider-Man says Sony is out of their mind for selling this unnecessary upgrade, quote unquote. Not to mention them increasing the price of the DualSense controllers. I'll stick with my base PS5. Same, I'm in agreement with that. Here's what I was going to say about Sony, right? Last week we were talking about them complaining that they have no IPs. So why the fuck would you drop a system that, in all honesty, doesn't do anything? I play the games, like, right now for me, the games I play are graphically feasible. To me, they're at the top. It could be. They're at their peak. I don't know what you want me to do outside of control people, legit human beings, because then that's the only other way. That's the next evolutionary step with video games. That's never gonna happen. So what I've got right now is perfect. when I play Horizon, when I play Spider-Man, they're perfect. Like, for what it is, it works. I haven't played Last of Us 2 or The Last of Us Remake. But still, on my PS3, I love the way The Last of Us looked. I was like, this is fantastic. Oh my God. It'll never get better than this. And of course it did. But they really, I don't understand what the next level is. And this is not even a significant upgrade. And you're charging $200 more? And then $80 for a disc drive that doesn't come with it? You don't get the legit controller with it? Like Chase said, after taxes, we're looking at a G. The only thing this, to me, caters to is to the influencers out there, the high 10,000-ears, right? Maybe,
Yeah.
you know, people who can reel in $50,000 in about 3 months or so. Oh, I'll spend $1,000 on a PS5 Pro. Why not? It's a status statement. Like Rob said earlier. Oh, everybody's going to be gunning for this, and the PS5 is going to take a nice little price cut. I'll get it. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
This shit benefits nobody. This definitely doesn't benefit Sony. Like, it literally is bonkers. Like, I don't know where Sony mentally is at. Between the fucking the games that they put out, the game they put out, because it's like the same fucking 3 games they constantly put out. Maybe 4 because of Spider-Man, but fucking God of War, Last of Us, Horizon Zero Dawn. Stop! I can't wait for Wolverine. I can't lie. I can't wait for Wolverine. But you're complaining you got no fucking games. I'm watching the Ratchet and Clank thing in the showcase, and I'm like, damn, that shit looks fun as fuck. How was it Ratchet? Yeah, I was like, why have I never played a Ratchet and Clank game? But why do I need to play that on a PS5 Pro? Why can't I just play it on a PS3 and my PS4? Now, to be fair, I own a PS4 Pro. I got it for my birthday. My wife bought it for me. But we were both under the impression, and again, no research done by me at all. I'm just spewing shit because I thought it was like, oh yeah, this is definitely included, right? My wife bought it for me because she thought it was going to have a 4K player in there. So, imagine how surprised we're trying to put in our Justice League 4K disc and it's not taken. And I'm like, oh man. But I'm not going to get rid of my PS4 Pro. But the best part was the Xbox One X. GameStop had a fucking sale. If you traded in an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4, you get half price off the One X. So I spent $200 on my Xbox One X, brand new, because I traded in my PS4. So then I had the Pro, I had the One X. I was very happy. I had a fucking 4K player, even more happy. Time to buy more 4K movies. But for Sony, it just seems like that's not what they do. It's so fucking weird, odd. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And then they make movies like Kraven the Hunter. Like, what? That's not going to save you.
And even right now on my PS5, I've been trying to watch a few 4Ks. Like, I got Van Helsing 4K, and the movie skips. And then my Aliens 4K, the movie skips. And the only thing that's working is the Blu-rays. There are some 4Ks that work, but there's some 4Ks that don't. And it's really annoying, but it's like, come on, Sony, you guys built a 4K player and a DVD player. You should at least be able to watch 4Ks no matter what in your PS5 console. Now, they're saying you can rebuild the database, which I probably will do, but if it doesn't fix it, come on, Sony. That's still a fail. This PS5 is like such a cheap console. The Pro isn't going to be any better.
So I don't know about like it being a cheap console. I get my kicks out of it every time I get on it. I do enjoy my PS5.
Yeah, and RoboCop is pretty fun.
Outside of RoboCop, I mean, like, you know, I enjoyed Spider-Man 2. I enjoyed playing Horizon Forbidden West this time around. Fucking Earth Defense Force 6. God, I love you, game. I love you. I love you so much. But that's neither here nor there. I just $700 base for absolutely nothing. What kills me is all over the internet, this is like a laughing stock. How How does Sony not see this? They did it with Concord. It was like, pull the game. How much did Concord? They weren't charging 70, were they?
They were charging 40, but it was like $180 million game.
Yeah. They're so out of touch. It's sad. It really is sad. They are so out of touch. You know what? I've been making jokes about this company all the time. A lot. I do. I make jokes about this company all the time, but Nintendo don't fuck around and do stupid things like this.
Well, the one thing is that it's just going to make PS6 sales go really sour because I'm not going to buy a PS6 for a long time once it's out. I got burned with the PS5 really bad. If that's the case, if there's like one or two games that are out because that's the thing, the reality is there's only going to be like what games do we literally have strictly on the PS5? I can recall RoboCop because I'm playing that right now. I'm almost finished with it. But like PS5 exclusives like Spider-Man 2, if that's it, like I'm sure there's more, but if it's just RoboCop and Spider-Man on the PS6, I'll wait. I'll wait for the PS7. I'll wait. I'm not gonna worry about just two games.
I don't think it's even gonna get to that point, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think generational consoles are coming to an end. I really do. I hate to say that, but I think it's gonna happen. Spider-Man chimes in.
That's not according to Microsoft and Sony. They're saying they're gonna be doing consoles for a long while.
All right, hang on. Spider-Man chimes in. In terms of PS5 games, I enjoyed Stellar Blade. That's one. God of War and Final Fantasy 16. I liked Spider-Man 2 at first, but then it started to hate the game and never touched it again. Sounds like Chase. What the hell?
I hate Spider-Man. I don't think it's as good as the first one.
No, I don't think it's as good as the first one, but there's some fun battles there. But again, neither here nor there. But yeah, all right. Jumping off the PlayStation and jumping into Microsoft because Sony has done fucked up everything. They claim that they have no original IPs to pump out. We all know that's bullshit. They just tear their studios asunder and pump out the same 3-4 fucking games on every fucking console generation and remaster it and remake it, and enough is enough. Enough is enough. I don't think anybody here is gonna buy a PS5 Pro. I'm not. I'd be trolling. I will not buy this system. I will not. There's no reason.
Not to shoehorn a joke into here, but when Rob brought up the Last of Us thing, it's becoming the Plenty of Us. That's how many remakes they're doing.
Bro, I'm fully expecting at this point how many times they've done this.
No.
Oh, there he is.
Last of Us comes out. Mark my words. What?
You fell out.
Vanished.
Yeah, you glitched
Oh,
out.
did I?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
I thought Neil Druckmann stole you.
He might, because I'm about to fucking bust the operation on his fucking can wide open.
Uh-oh.
Mark my words. Before The Last of Us Part 3 comes out, on a singular disc, we are going to get The Last of Us 1 and 2 Ultimate Edition. That's it. Wait. Just wait. They're going to be on one disc.
Yeah.
And they're going to be concurrent. They're going to do something crazy with that shit. And they're going to find a way to charge you $70 for it. Again, mark my words. It's going to happen.
You know, I absolutely think you're correct. I mean, I always expect there to be a Last of Us. I mean, they pretty much showed another Last of Us 2 coming with that showcase. But did you guys see by chance the drama of the Days Gone situation with John Garvin, the writer, being upset that in Astrobot they have a Deacon Astro character, and he's upset because, you know, Sony scrapped that game, but yet they're not greenlighting a sequel, but yet they're still using the character as a marketing property. Like, I don't know if you guys have saw that drama, but I'm just wondering if you had thoughts on that.
No, I haven't even heard any of that. That's crazy.
I have thoughts on that, but I'm going to save it for another topic we're going to be talking about in a little bit.
Right on. All right. Well, then we can save it because I got thoughts too. So I'll save it and we can talk about it.
All right, then from Sony to its competition, its direct competition, Microsoft. Whereas Sony has no IPs, Microsoft has abundance of IPs. They got IPs out the fucking wazoo. They got the number one IP in the fucking world right now. Stupid ass Call of Duty. Which let me real quick go on a fucking tangent here on the side and say one thing. I just finished playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 and 2, both remakes, and I was like, all right, now I'm going to play Part 3. I start playing Part 3, and I go, wait, what the fuck's going on? And not because they changed the way the game's played. That annoyed me. It did. But wait a minute. What the fuck is that guy doing there? I just blew him up in a tank in the last game. Why is he alive? Wait a minute. What the fuck is Alex from the first game doing here? He blew up in the fucking furnace. Why is he alive? Well, here's the deal. And apparently, the way you find that out is if you play the special ops missions that you can't play by yourself. You absolutely need to play 4-player co-op. Apparently, this is what I'm hearing. Or some type of co-op. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to play with randos. I don't want to play with other people. I want to just play the fucking game. And if you're giving me backstories in that to seeing these characters, I thought I was in Bizarre World. I was like, is this Call of Duty Modern Warfare Vanguard? What the fuck is this? So I had to do my fucking research and no, there it was. He wasn't in the tank. Well, I didn't know that. They don't say nothing like that. They don't allude to that in the damn game. And Alex got out and he lost his leg. Okay, that's crazy, but
Microsoft. If you know anything about Black Ops 6, you're going to even be more upset.
Microsoft has all the IPs. So much so that they have to lay off another 650 people. And
that brings their grand total of 12,500 people.
Now here's the
1,250 people, it said.
Now here's the good news. This is how Microsoft's trying to spin it. Hey, at least no games are canceled or studios closed. Okay, that's fine. All right, but
games?
Yeah, what games? What games? Games? What? Playoffs? No.
You mean Indiana Jones? That's a PS5 game?
Yeah, right. Oh my God! The devil himself, my legit blood brother, Mr. J. Rod K. Ichigo. What's going on, bro? And
not much, bro. Not much. I'm here. I hear you.
There he is. Oh, all right, there he is. Oh, so yo,
welcome.
Well, oh, not man. I'm chilling, playing Snap.
Playing what? Did he say playing Modern Warfare? I'll kill him.
He's playing Marvel Snap.
Marvel Snap. Good God. Anyhow, we're talking about Microsoft and how they've got everything, yet they keep laying people off. Is it because, John, they own so many IPs and they're not making money kind of like Sony right now? Oh, right. Real quick. Let me ask you, what do you think of the PS5 Pro, John?
Waste of money. I love PlayStation. That's just a waste of money, bro. Honestly.
Direct and to the point. Gotta love them.
I feel like it's just overkill. Like there's way too much. Like, what is it really doing special?
Nothing.
Exactly. You can get a little bit more of a clearer picture, but that's it.
Yeah, like, no, I'm good. Like, not really doing anything special. So I'm like, I feel like it's a waste of money.
Yeah.
Sony kind of dropped the ball.
That's a big drop.
You see what they're doing with the refurbished one? So like, hey, if you buy the Pro and you turn in your old one to get the Pro, like people get a refurbished PS5 for $50 cheaper. Like, yeah, just save $50.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
I saw the other day some guy traded in a PS5 and they gave him $400 for it, and GameStop was using that image to promote that. Yeah, if you trade in your PS5 and want the Pro, we'll give you $400 to go towards the PS Pro. And I'm like, that's not worth it. Still.
Yeah, I don't think so. You know what it is too? The PS5 and the Series X, they can't. I mean, granted, there's a timetable for these things, and nobody could have seen the smog monster coming, right? So everybody thought, the economy's good, that things are working, fucking let's go. Drop the fucking system. And when they dropped the system, people started dropping, and it was bad, and there was nobody trying to buy it. So, like, for me, it feels like the PlayStation 5 has only been out for 2 years. As opposed to the 5 years, going on 5 years it's been out. And now it's like
5 years?
Yeah, it's been out for almost 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years? Maybe a little under 5.
Close to it, 4 years, tops.
Damn.
I don't like to drop the Pro, and again, with no games, none of that shit. I mean, honestly, if they wanted to spend fucking money, they should have, instead of making a PS5 Pro, went to fucking Microsoft and was like, all right, listen up. We want to buy Tomb Raider. Could we please buy Tomb Raider? Give us some exclusive again. Give us something. Instead of them having to rely on now Microsoft giving them Call of Duty when they want, Doom. Hell, is Doom fucking Dark Ages even coming out on the 5?
Yes, it is.
Is it same day, or is it going to be a timed exclusive?
No, right now it's same day.
Oh, see, well, they...
Yeah, but PS5 came out November 12th, 2020.
Jesus.
Okay, so going on 4 years. Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, Chase, what do you think about Microsoft?
Again, it's just one of those things where it's just unfortunate that it's kind of like the same boat with Sony, but a little bit of different rocky waters, whereas Sony's being irresponsible with their money in their own way, Microsoft is being irresponsible in the ways that they're not capitalizing on it correctly. And that's where I feel is where it's getting really bad for Microsoft, because they aren't, it's not even like they're not capitalizing it right. It's just that the products they're making are coming out really poor. And Call of Duty last year was a big bust. Modern Warfare 3 was a big flop. It was terrible. The Xbox Series S, that's what the big hindrance I think is the Series S. The Black Myth Wukong not being able to be on it because of technical issues, stuff like that, with, the performance of it being so held back just because they want to try and be the good guy and give a console that's affordable for people, which is by all means a great thing, I guess. But if it's holding back your games and people can't play anything on it, what's the point, But with that being said, with the layoffs, this is just all the consequences of that. This is just a cataclysm of when you spend so much money and you're not making money. Unfortunately, this is what happens. People lose their jobs, and there's budget cuts and division cuts. Now, there might be a case where it could be a video game studio has finished a cycle of a game, and then those developers have nothing left to do, so it's their time to cut them and let them go. That could be a thing too. But in this case is what is being talked about right now. This is seriously a thing where it comes around to Microsoft just doesn't have the financial stability to support these people anymore. And that's what is sad, because it's more of a financial decision than a financial and business decision, instead of a just, you've done your work, you're good to go. And that's what's a sad thing. And I feel really bad, but the thing is the repercussions of this aren't going to be fixed just because Indiana Jones is coming out.
Yeah.
This is a thing. When these things happen, whether it's Microsoft or Sony, it takes at least 7 years to 10 years to recuperate, and you need games, you need consoles that sell, you need things. And unfortunately, with what they're saying with Game Pass and everything, they're not making any money. So I highly think we're going to be seeing tons more Xbox games going over to PlayStation. They're going to be doing everything they can to recuperate their loss. And it's sad, but as an Xbox fan and a PlayStation fan, I wish Xbox could really iron out some of their own exclusives and really push that and make more IPs for themselves. And I know they have IPs, but Call of Duty is not an exclusive Microsoft IP, and that's but.
Well, in all fairness to Microsoft, even though I don't think it's fair to the consumer, but in all fairness,
right,
them scooping up Activision and everything Activision entails is a genius move, especially if come next week, those Robots in Disguise 40th anniversary week. Especially if news drops that...
You mean that Transformers movie that got a 5 by IGN?
I don't give a fuck.
That's coming out.
I ain't going to see that piece of shit movie. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the games that Activision owns, right?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Now we can open that up again. We can open things like that up again. We can go back. We was talking about this last week. We could go back and get those IPs.
Right.
Rob, I want to ask you a question. With all the money that Microsoft has lost and is trying to recoup, by doing all of the things that they have done in the past, to me it seems like they're hurting, because back in the day we didn't have to worry about this. If something came out, let's say Space Marine 2, for instance, which is a hell of a fucking game, should be not a system seller, but it should sell on either system. One would think Microsoft would be able to reap the benefits of such a game, even if it was multi-console. Am I right? Am I lying?
No, you're right. Definitely.
Yeah.
Wow.
There should be no qualms about that. There should be like the money earned is where the money should go. So, but I guess that goes into the play with, I guess, the context or the situation you want to give an example to, because if it's a Game Pass thing, I don't know, is Space Marine on Game Pass?
No.
No.
Okay, so that's the thing, because if it was on Game Pass, it'd be a whole different story.
Oh, yeah, that definitely would have had people thinking about it, I think. But
Right.
I don't know. I keep
The
seeing
thing is
allegedly
that-
it might end up on Game Pass. That's just...
Yeah. But then that would just hurt the developers. Focus Interactive would not gain any money from that, because that would have to be going to percentages with Game Pass, and it wouldn't be there. What are they selling Space Marine as? Is it full 60?
Yeah, 70.
70.
Okay, so full 70. Yeah, so when games go to Game Pass, and like if it's a new game like fucking Hellblade 2, it's like the $20 that people paid to pay that, the developer only got like a fraction of that. What? So that's the thing.
You know what I was thinking about? Like, and I won't even begin to try to tell you how much I understand about streaming services and Game Pass with streaming games. But I would try to work something out where I would say, all right, people pay $20 a month for Game Pass, right? We've got Hellblade 2 coming out. That's our game. We're dropping it day one on Game Pass, right? The developers ain't going to get a huge chunk of that 20. What I would do is, how many people are playing the game? Is it still hot a month later? And then do it kind of like not commission, what's the word? Is it commission? Just play the percentages. Like, if the game is kicking ass on Game Pass, then you guys get a kickback. Kind of like, how does it work? Like when Netflix drops a Netflix original and people are like watching it out the wazoo. How does Netflix fund the next one? You know what I mean? Like, what? They say, oh, look at the success of this. Success of what? You're just checking views, right? You already got our money. So how does...
But they also look at how many people... What they do is they look at how many new subscribers came into the service, and how has that been related to the views of the show opposed to the new subscribers as well.
So then that's how it should work with the gaming stuff. Let's say they put Star Wars Outlaws on Game Pass. Hell, I'm playing Star Wars Outlaws tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's on Game Pass. I'm going to play it. and then see the peaks and valleys of the games on your system, on your service, and how well they do, especially new IPs, and then pay out accordingly. That's how I would work it. I don't know. Am I bugging in that one, John?
Yeah. I think that's how it should be done to be more fair. Because I mean, let's say I put my game on Game Pass and only 3 people play it, but yet I'm bleeding money. But yet they put a new Halo game and it's making lots of money. How do I get paid, and how does the other game get paid? How are they going to know? But that's how they do it.
Yeah,
they look at who's signed on for that and is watching.
Here's the deal, though. I tell you right now, it's coming. It's coming back. It's coming back after 10 years. It's coming back, and it's coming to consoles now. Motherfucking Flappy Bird, baby. Flappy Bird is coming back. It's going to be on consoles, and I'm telling you, if that is a Game Pass thing, Flappy Bird's getting my games, all my game time.
It's a crypto scam.
Oh, no. No, it looks so good with the great brand new graphics. I was like, look at Flappy Bird's back, baby.
I like Angry Birds.
Yeah, the video game
You serious
situation.
about Flappy Birds,
I'm dead serious, yeah. I saw it this morning on the news, and the news never lies.
Oh, my God.
And now the news, don't touch that dial. No, but yeah, I'm not lying. I'll send it to you later, John. Flappy Bird's coming back, baby.
It was just the excitement that was in your voice about Flappy Bird.
Yeah, dude, it's coming to consoles, man.
It's not my disappointment. It was like, wow, like the excitement in your voice of like, oh man, they're gonna drop a new Gears of War. It's like Flappy Birds is coming. Like the fuck is Flappy Birds doing to us?
John,
or for us?
Hey, J-Rod, don't pull the curtain back too much, okay? I'm working here. I'm working.
You know what it reminded me of, John, is when my grandmother's boyfriend got excited when they had Raisin Bran in the kitchen.
Jesus! Fuck you! That's so fucked up.
But yeah, that Flappy Bird thing, the game was not made with the permission of the original creator. The company called Game Tech Holdings LLC took the IP trademark as the original content creator didn't renew it, and it's apparently laden just a huge fucking scam for your money with in-game transactions and NFTs.
Oh no!
That's
all for
great.
Fucking Flappy Bird of all fucking things.
Crappy Bird.
She just went out.
Now, can we get cosmetics for our birds to look different? Where like I can make mine look like a TIE fighter and crash into.
That'd be pretty cool. Like, see, I would get behind stuff like that. The cosmetics would be fun.
That would be
but
cool.
Just excitement for just a normal Flappy Bird game.
That's because you guys got no. Y'all got no skills, none, 0 skills. Someone call you.
You know what? Actually, my cosmetic, I would want Mario or Luigi, and I want to be flying through the pipes.
That would be cool.
Flappy Pythons. Oh boy.
Flappy Pythons.
That's oh my god. Well, the video game industry seems to be in a weird position right now. There are all good games that are out there right now to play on both systems. You've got Black Myth Wukong definitely rocking. You know me, I'm not making no qualms about it, but Earth Defense Force 6 is a fucking game that will give you an amazing amount of joy doing the same exact thing over and over and over and over again. You got fucking Space Marine 2 right now that's absolutely crazy.
Do you have that?
I do. I was playing yesterday with Robs and Gams for maybe 10 minutes before your sister-in-law came home and shut me down. Oh god.
Is it cross-platform? It is cross-platform, right?
It is cross-platform.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I might have to cop, buddy. Might have to cop.
Yeah, it's
Partake, please. Worth it.
yeah, it's fun. It's fun. And
Yeah,
I haven't
I just dropped a heavy bill on a new PC, so
Yeah, no, I heard.
careful.
I heard.
Yeah.
A little birdie told me.
Yeah, a little birdie because he got my laptop,
Yeah, yeah.
my gaming laptop.
Flappy Bird.
For Flappy Bird. That's right.
Flappy Bird. Yeah, I was like, I had an upgrade for Flappy Bird. That's what happened.
There it is. So, see, ladies and gentlemen, something for everybody. Go get Flappy Bird. Make it official. Let's go. It is Friday the 13th. One might be wondering, where the hell is JR? Oh, we got J-Rod here. He's definitely not substituted for JR. But JR is actually getting a Friday the 13th tattoo right now as we speak. And I swear to God, I wish I would have thought of this. I wish I'd have thought of this.
Going. Why don't you go? Let's go. Let's go get something.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying home. I'm home. I'm in the studio.
I'll pick you up.
I'm in the studio. Stop. Leave me alone.
When you're done, bro. When you're done, I'll pick you up. We go somewhere real quick.
I cannot. Listen. I might not make it. My buttocks is weak. I ain't going nowhere. Okay.
Dude,
I'll get a 13 on my face for you, bro.
You guys are brothers. One of you guys can get a Freddy tattoo, and one of you guys can get a Jason tattoo.
Okay, I'll put it like this. I already devoured a 12-pack of Taco Bell, and now I'm drinking Modelo. I'm not going anywhere tonight.
RJ, I'll pick you up, and I'll pay for your Flappy Bird tattoo.
Okay, first off, governments are out. Stop. And second off, no, I just said why. All right, just pay attention.
I got you. I heard you. We'll go get a Taco Bell tattoo.
I'm gonna throw something at you. I swear. I'm gonna throw something.
The Chihuahua with the
can right there.
I'll get the Taco Bell Chihuahua chasing a Flappy Bird that's holding a Modelo. Bro, I just made the greatest tattoo for you.
That's art. That's pure art.
You know, this conversation wouldn't have been had I bought the Bud Light. You know what I'm saying? But no, I want to get Modelo today. Oh. Get off the regular beer. Get on something nicer, something better, something tastier.
You know what? You got Modelo because you got Taco Bell. You're just trying to, keep the culture going.
Oh, my God. Okay. I swear to God, if one JR doesn't derail the fucking podcast, another one sure as hell will. For the love of. All right. It's Friday the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th, everybody. Here comes the topic real quick as we segue into what is your favorite Friday the 13th movie? Now, I guess I should have gave it a little bit of thought. By Friday the 13th movie, it could be the first one with Pam. Or, if you want, and get nutty, a movie featuring Jason. I don't know, like Jason X. It's not a Friday the 13th movie. Jason movie. But let's get into it. So I'm gonna start with the one derailing the damn thing. Mr. K Ichigo. Rod Jr., what's your favorite Friday the 13th movie?
No, I wouldn't say Jason X, even though, I gotta love the Red Ranger, Lobster Man in it. But it definitely isn't Jason X. I don't know. I actually like the first one, and as cheesy as it, you know what? No, I'm probably gonna go with Freddy versus Jason because I actually really like that movie.
It's a banger.
I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, that too, man. The soundtrack was really good on that, but not on greatness, but fucking Jason Takes Manhattan is still a funny movie to me. I love that movie just for funny. I just like to make fun of a lot of things that go on in that movie.
Take your best
Jason
shot.
takes a ferry cruise.
Jason takes through Canada or some shit. Where the fuck that was? All right, it's hard to film in New York. You got to film at like 3:00 in the morning in Times Square. You get these weirdos out there, and Jason, it works. Yeah. Except anybody who's ever lived in New York knows that there's no such thing as a motherfucking sewage flush like that of toxic waste. Okay? That only happens in Jersey.
Yeah.
My man Citizen Toxie over there. My man Citizen Toxie over there. Go get him. Chase, what's your favorite Friday the 13th movie?
Dude, I love Freddy versus Jason, but for some reason, I'm really, really gravitated towards the Michael Bay Friday the 13th.
Oh, the Platinum Dunes remake. Okay.
I don't know why, but I really like that Friday the 13th movie just because I like the modern look on it, even though it's not a great film. But I'm in the big thing of I love watching movies from the past, but brought to modern day and seeing it with a modern fresh of paint. I don't know. There was something about that movie I just really, really liked. But if I had to really give it, Freddy versus Jason is the end all be all of that franchise, man. I love that movie. I could watch Freddy versus Jason any day. I have so much fun with that movie. I love versus movies. Alien versus Predator, Godzilla versus Kong, you know it. Freddy versus Jason is just a movie that sounds like it should just print money. And it's a shame we never got a sequel to that movie.
Seriously, I want to see Frankenstein versus the Wolfman, not Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, even though that movie's fantastic. But, Rob, what's your favorite Friday the 13th movie?
It's a weird toss-up because, personally, Jason Lives, Part 6, is probably, like, dead set on the best for me in the entirety of the franchise. It had fun with itself. The kills are great. We got a cool design for Jason. But I love Part 7. It was the first one with Kane Hodder. The Jason design with the rotted away cheek after it got chopped up by a boat rudder. It just oozed perfection. And I hope one day there's some way to intersplice everything that they cut from the movie against their will into that. Because apparently it's like the grisliest of the franchise. We've just never seen all of it. We've seen some of it. But that's the dilemma I have. 6 is without a doubt the best, but 7 is just like it holds a special place in my heart. And I just had to say it. Kane Hodder. Angry Shoulders.
Angry Shoulders. Oh, bro, that damn, that's it. Empire Strikes Back is the greatest Star Wars movie ever, but my favorite is Return of the Jedi, and I actually agree with you, Rob, 100%. I was to do the same thing. 6 is great. Listen, we get Zombie Jason. Hello, that's the best. That's the fucking best. And like you said, it does have fun with it. There's a great house exploding scene. Oh, that's in Part 7. Never mind. But no, 7 was like the first one I watched all the way through. And I was like, oh, this shit is crazy. And again, like you said, just that design of Jason was fucking fantastic. Now, the most fun I've ever had with a Jason movie is absolutely Freddy vs. Jason. That movie is, I could watch that any day of the week, like Chase said. That theater rocked. I said it a billion times. I say it 1,000,000,001. That theater rocked so fucking much at that NC. My brother was there. He can tell you. Yeah. People were going this way. People were going that way. It was absolutely insane. But no, 6 is fantastic. 7 was just that one. And I had no idea that there was like another version of that movie, another cut of that movie that is darker. I mean, I'm down for it. I really do like that movie.
It's apparently the most censored Friday the 13th film in the franchise. That's how bad it got cut down.
That is crazy. And it's a shame because I think the rights are still tied up, right? Like, there's still licensing beef with this shit. So that's why we ain't getting another one?
I think it's Sean S. Well, I'm pretty sure it's Sean S. Cunningham, and I think they're arguing over adult Jason licensing or whatever. But apparently A24 is actually moving ahead again with their Friday the 13th TV series. So I think the big draw for that is that adult Jason isn't going to be in it, and it's apparently about his childhood because we care so much about that.
Jeez, here we go.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. Listen, unless we have a cameo by Robert Englund as like a creepy camp director or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like
that would have been cool.
It would be kind of cool.
Jason, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
But you know what's even really cool is if they have like the Addams Family cameo in it, and the camp that Wednesday goes to and she pushes that girl in the water is Camp Crystal Lake, or when she lights all, or when she when she attacks the kids at the camp. I think it'd be cool if they do that's Camp Crystal Lake.
Well, there's that. I can tell you, JR's favorite Friday the 13th movie is Part 6. Which is why he's getting tattooed that right on the back of his neck right now. I can't wait to see it.
Is he really getting that?
Yeah, he's getting a tattoo on his neck right now. Yeah. Well, from one horror franchise to a horrifying franchise that goes back hand in hand with our good friend Sony. The Venom 3 final trailer dropped this week, and in it teases none other than Knull, the symbiote god, and the King in Black. God. Before we get into the controversy of it all, let's just talk about that trailer for a second. I have no intentions of seeing this movie. Zero. I was burned by Let There Be Carnage, and this trailer is not doing anything for me. I cannot stand it. I thought Sony had something with Venom, outside of the Spider-Verse stuff. But no, this looks like it's just as bad as Morbius, just as bad as that stupid-ass Craven movie. Oh, God, Madam Web. It got to stop. This is why they charge you $700 for a PS5 Pro when all you get is half an upgrade. Because they got to recoup the money from all the bullshit Spider-Man movies they put out. Not even Spider-Man movies, Spider-Verse movies. And not in the sense of Miles Morales. In the sense of they're trying to make a universe out of Spider-Man without Spider-Man. And you can't do it, and it's been proven. And Venom 1 was okay. It was. I enjoyed it. Venom 2 sucks, and this Venom looks like it's going to be the worst thing. And no, the symbiote god is in it. Oh, God. Rob, I'm going to start with you, because I know you watched the trailer. What's your take on all this?
You're going to have to get out the hammer and nails and nail me to a 2x4, because I'm probably going to end up go seeing this. Not going to lie. I enjoyed the first Venom. I enjoyed Let There Be Carnage. And I enjoyed both of the trailers for this. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that they're perfect movies. They're amazing movies in a serious tone. I know they're bad movies. I like watching a train wreck going on. And these movies are just fucking fun to watch. I can't help it. I love Venom. I do. He's an amazing character. And I love fucking Tom Hardy. I think he's a great fucking actor. And he has his moments in these movies, and I don't know how to describe it. It's just a magnetic pull for a movie like this. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm probably going to go see it in theaters. Without a doubt. Venom horse, Venom fish, fucking Space Marine looking aliens coming after them and shit. It's a road movie. I'm about it.
Venom horse, Venom fish. See? Oh. Although the Venom horse did look cool, but I'd much rather see Venom T-Rex. Just saying.
Who knows? Them aliens is big.
They were big aliens. I don't know about no though. J-Rod, you see this?
They did Venom Godzilla in the comics.
Yeah, there was a cover. J-Rod, you see this trailer?
The final trailer? No.
Did you see any trailer?
Yeah, I've seen trailers. I've seen when he was riding the horse. He was like, do you think you could kill him? And he's like, well, there's only one to find out. And he fucking starts running with the horse. I've seen that. Kind of watching the final trailer. I've seen when the alien's chasing him on the plane, on the top of the plane.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't know. I find the funness in the Venom movies. I mean, like, the first one was good. Like you said, the first one was pretty good. The second one I felt like kind of went a little too much out of where I wanted. It was like, I don't know, it just wasn't kind of centered, in my opinion. And I don't know, this one I'll still go see it. I mean, I just, I like to see things to see things.
Holy shit, if not one but two JRs in the chat.
I'm not seeing double.
Hey, dude. God dang. Sorry. Been trying to connect this whole time from my phone, and it's just the service is terrible.
Ladies and gentlemen, JR has entered the stream. What's up, brother?
Ladies and gentlemen, JR just spent the past 2.5 hours getting a Jason Lives tattoo on his chest.
I thought you were getting it on your neck.
Nah,
He
because
told
of
me it was
the
nipple.
because I'm trying to change jobs right now. I decided to get it right dead center on my chest because I love so much.
Here we go. You sold out. You sold out. You sold out. You sold out.
But yeah, what y'all been talking about tonight?
We just said what your favorite Friday the 13th movie was.
Yeah, Jason Lives, Part 6.
And yeah, so there, we finished the Friday the 13th. Spider-Man says King in Black has done irreparable damage to symbiotes across all mediums. I'll see it since it's a guilty pleasure, but I hate Knull. I hate what they did with Toxin. Xenophages eat symbiotes. They have no connection to Knull. I'm a lore nut. I don't like these weird mismatches Sony is doing, but alas. Oh, Spider-Man, I thought you was going to say I digress because you would have been one. But I digress. That's one. Yeah. As much as I'm not like a lore nut when it comes to Venom, I did read Donnie Cates, whatever, his run on Venom that led up to the whole King in Black thing. And it was good. I started to read everything after that. I started to read like the Al Ewing stuff, with like Venom flying into the future, or not Venom, Eddie Brock, and meeting basically all the Venoms at the end of time, and they're all him, some crazy shit. His son is Venom. I don't know. I stopped now. They got the symbiote war going on, or Venom war, and you know what? I'm just like, I'm tired, Marvel, of this crazy shit. Stop. But I get it. Venom is having a movie come out, and Marvel wants to capitalize, and there we go. That's what happens. But Chase, what did you think of, if you've seen the Venom 3 trailer, what did you think? Oh, now he's very quiet. His phone.
Can you hear me?
He did.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
I don't know why it is, but it keeps cutting out, and I don't like it. It's because Discord sucks.
Well, here we are.
I didn't see this trailer, but I've been seeing everything about it, like how they didn't ask permission to use Knull, and
We didn't get there yet.
now
We didn't get there yet. We didn't get there yet.
But anyways, it's a sad because I really liked the first Venom, and I felt like Venom 2 had its merits. I mean, you had Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy, and that could have been one of the greatest fucking villains we've gotten in cinema history.
For real.
And you turned him into a joke, and I am really burned by that. And the movie just felt like a flat soda. You open the can, and it's like, and there was nothing to it. So I was really disappointed with Let There Be Carnage. I mean, it has its fun moments, but then it goes into really weird places where I just don't think you should take Venom. And with this movie, I think they're just capitalizing that more on it, and I just don't feel like there's really good enthusiasm behind this movie. I know Tom Hardy helped write it, and I think it's the girl that helped write Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom also helped him write it, I think. I'm not too sure. I know Tom Hardy at least has helped writing the script. And I don't know how much of a Venom fan Tom Hardy is or how knowledgeable he is on the whole character itself. So I don't know where this movie is going to reach when it gets to its goal. But with this movie, I mean, it looks bonkers. It looks like a fun, crazy time, but it also looks very, very, very just ridiculous and cringy and stupid. And I don't know whether to be excited for it because it's going to be fun or whether or not to just avoid it because it's going to be bad. And that's where I'm standing on, and I'm not sure how to feel. But at the moment, I'll probably just wait till it's streaming, if it even goes to streaming. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not too excited for this movie. I think it's real, and I want to be. I really do, because I think Venom is a cool character that you can branch onto, and there's a lot of material you can use with that character. But with what they're doing, for a 2-hour movie, there's going to be a lot of stuff I feel like is just going to be brought to attention just to be shrugged off.
Yeah.
And I think that this movie is just going to be kind of like a montage. And I'm not happy with montages because Godzilla New Empire was a montage. And, well, yeah. And then Alien Romulus was also a montage. So
It was such a good movie.
Yes, I'm not really excited for Venom 3. And I mean, why is it even called The Last? I mean, I get it. It's called The Last Dance, but it's the last movie. But why call it that? Because that just sounds so cringy. It sounds, I can't take a movie seriously when it said that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I hope that I'm wrong. I hope it's good. I hope it's fun. But then again, if you're calling it The Last Dance and it's going to be the final movie and it makes a good profit, then people are going to want more, and you're going to look like an idiot if you say, "Yeah, we're going to do another Venom movie," and then it's just
It's the meme. You know that meme going around? You know that meme going around lately where it's like, it's the end of the movie, the main character died until, and then you see the little twitch, and then Linkin Park blast, "What I've done." That's what's going to happen in this movie. What drives me nuts about this movie, before I get to JR and his take, is, yeah, it is supposed to be the last Venom movie. Knull should be, by all rights, the end-all, be-all, even though in comic books it's not. But you build to this. Like, Knull should be Venom's Thanos, if this is where you're going. But I digress. Spider-Man says Tom Hardy's son is the Venom fan. He probably took notes from his kid. It's probably true. JR, you see the trailer for this, and what's your thoughts?
I actually didn't know there was a new trailer out today. I'll just give my quick thoughts. Whatever happened to just Spider-Man and Venom fighting each other or teaming up? That's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, Venom 3 should have just been the fucking story from Spider-Man 2, the video game. I'll be honest with you.
Seriously.
Just make that happen.
Tony Todd.
God, Tony Todd as Venom was still fucking dope. I can't believe he ate Carnage's head. He just ate Carnage's head. It was just like, that's what happened in the second movie. He just ate his head. And I sat there and I was like, what happened to, oh, it's a red one. It's a, no, God, fucking come on, man. Not a fan. But here's something that is very interesting. The creators of Knull, who created him in the comic books, had no idea he was going to be in this movie until they saw the trailer. And now they want to be paid. That's insanity. So, I mean, look, Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman, the artist, Cates, the writer, created this character, and they both tweeted some funny stuff. So Ryan Stegman tweets, "Yes, I did co-create Knull. No, I didn't know until today that he was going to be in Venom: The Last Dance. Yes, I do expect to finally be able to afford that lazy river moat around my house." That's funny. And then Donnie Cates he puts up a picture in the Venom font, and it just says money. And
yeah,
it, like, why not, right? Like, how? Okay. Can Sony get away with this, is the question. Can Sony just be like, fuck it, let's do it? No, I heard a no.
No, if I were the writers, I would be suing Sony right now. Get my lawyers involved. I would do everything I can until I get compensation, because that is theft. And I don't know why Sony thinks they can do that with their PlayStation console as well as a fucking movie character. Come on, Sony, get it together, you morons.
Be a man.
Be a man. Seriously, I would be getting my lawyers involved, and I hope that's what they're doing.
Well,
and maybe delay the movie.
Hold up, I actually just got word from an inside guy. Spider-Man himself says, just like with Spider-Man 2, just like with his Spider-Man 2 video game, Stegman and Cates weren't expecting Knull aspects in the game, Sony won't be paying them no matter what. Thanks, Spider-Man. I know you and Sony is tight because, you know, you make them a shit ton of money. But damn, bro, could you at least web a couple of those executives up and hang them from the top of, like, I don't know, the Chrysler building? It's not that tall, right? Zilla was hanging out there one time.
Hey, man, yeah, they blew up the Chrysler building in '98. They haven't repaired it since.
That's right. Then he said, that's a goddamn Chrysler building. Well, that's unfortunate. It really is. It is unfortunate that Sony can just do what they want willy-nilly, make a movie that's obviously going to come around. What do you think this budget is? 65 to 75 million? Maybe 100? No, 100.
I personally think it'll be the lowest budget of the trilogy, for sure. They're going to try to milk as much money from it as possible. And look, people, if you're just taking characters without paying the people who created the characters, then yeah, get a lawyer, because this isn't okay, man. Well, I thought Sony, they bought the rights to Venom and Carnage, not the whole Venom universe. You know, like, there's got to be a line drawn in the sand. Stop being shitty.
Maybe it's because
just real quick, what's interesting is all 3 Venom movies have had the same budget, 110 million.
Oh wow,
that's a lot.
Huh. Well, it is.
Made
but
a shit ton of money.
Yeah, if they're making if they're making a good amount after, yeah, that's 110 ain't bad. What's unfortunate is, like, you have these creative teams going into into these comic books, and they create a character. They're mandated. They say, okay, listen, the editor-in-chief comes in, the editor of the book comes in and says, all right, look, this is where we want to take the character. This is what we want to do. We want to create a symbiote god. This is what we want to do, because Venom is going to have this big turn for this next decade. We're gonna really focus on Venom in the comic books. He's gonna be in movies. There's a game coming out where he's gonna be the star. We want to do this, so get in there, create something, knock it out the park. And then being under contract with Marvel does just that, and then they knock it out the park. But Sony owns the Spider-Man shit. And Venom, I guess, falls into that Spider-Man shit. Thus, Sony could go, yo, we're going to use that shit. Let's just do it. Like Nike swoops. And then we have the mess we're in, you know? The mess we're in is disgusting. It is. It really is disgusting. But fuck, I guess that's the business. And Sony's just ruining the business. Spider-Man says 69 million budget. China's going to lap this movie up especially. Yeah.
69 million budget.
Well, no. You just said, well, I think that was late. He was answering the question before you came out and said what the budget was.
Yeah, no, I just looked it up. It says all 3 movies are $110 million budget.
Insanity. Well, oh yeah, that's unfortunate. And
it is insanity. And I feel like it's going to end up being like a Sean S. Cunningham situation where he keeps suing the writers of Friday the 13th, so nothing ever gets made after. It's going to be a situation like that. Personally, I think that I see that route happening after this. Stop stealing characters.
Yeah, we're kind of in a place where Disney doesn't know what movies they want to do anymore. So we got Doctor Doom, Iron Man, or Doctor Iron Man, or then we got fucking Sony that just doesn't know how to make a movie at all anymore. And it's sad.
Listen, hire me. I'll make you a superhero character. It's called Captain Inferno, all right? He's the leader of the not Avengers, okay? And he's always on fire for no reason. He can't turn it off. He's just always on fire.
Is this superpower that he shoots a flame out of his ass?
Yes.
When he flames on and flies, it's just a jet stream coming out of his butt.
Oh, God. Captain Inferno.
God, we're terrible.
we are.
I know, I'm sorry. I joined. I haven't drank yet. I'm in an immense pain. I'm stuck in traffic. It's great.
Oh, welcome
We're
to
having
the
we're having
world.
fun.
We're having fun. Well, we're not having fun. This last topic's really a hurtful one. It always sucks when we got to talk about someone who passed that, meant a lot to a lot of people. And this week we saw the passing. Well, I'm gonna say before we get into the main man. The night James Earl Jones passed, a comic book icon also passed at the age of 52 years old, and that's John Cassidy. Now, John Cassidy is one of those artists that his artwork was always hit or miss with me. When he was on, I fucking loved it. When he was off, I did not love it. But he was always renowned. And he co-created Planetary with Warren Ellis, and I implore anybody who's a comic book fan, read Planetary, read that series. It's so good. It's a team of supernatural archaeologists, if that's the right way of putting it. But they're basically they discover the unknown. It's the craziest thing. All I know is there's an issue that starts off on Monster Island, and all the kaiju are dead. From Godzilla to Mothra to Rodan, they're all there. They're all dead. It's insanity, and I fucking loved it. And his artwork helped. He did. He co-created the Astonishing X-Men with Joss Whedon. He did numerous Batman covers. He did Planetary Batman, A Night on Earth one-shot, which is one of the greatest Batman crossovers of all time. Because Planetary shifts through dimensions, and it's basically the multiverse, and they go from this Batman to this Batman to this Batman to this Batman, cutting through time, space, everything. And then there's Adam West, and I'm like, oh my god! And it's brilliant, and it's fucking dope. And it doesn't work without John Cassidy's artwork. So fine, when my buddy texted me that night, it was that Tuesday night if I'm not mistaken when this happened. Tuesday or Monday night. I was devastated. I was like, oh shit, like damn, we just lost one of the greatest voices of all time, and now you're telling me like one of the greatest comic book artists of all time is gone too? Absolutely crushed my heart. I was afraid because you know what they say, death comes in threes. I tried to stay away from anything regarding someone passing away that comes from the geek culture. But I think, Rob, you said someone else passed away, right? Wasn't it the voice of Master Splinter?
Yeah, the original voice for the animated Master Splinter. He passed away this week too.
Unbelievable. So another childhood favorite gone. It's crazy, but the big one was definitely James Earl Jones. And look, he was 93. He lived a long life. He put in the work. He was the Dark Lord. He was the King of Zamunda. He was the Lion King. He was the King of the Jungle, or the Serengeti, until Simba took over, until Scar killed him. He was a god. He was an evil god in Conan. I mean, he was Darth fucking Vader, bro.
Yeah.
Like he was
Mr. Myrtle from Sandlot.
He was, yep, right? But he was Darth fucking Vader. Like, listen, we could all sit here and run off voice actors that were like, oh yeah, this is my favorite voice actor. This is my favorite voice actor. But honestly, on the top of that list, it's got to be James Earl Jones, because he brought to you the most imposing villain of all time. Literally. The most imposing villain of all time in one of the greatest trilogies of all time. And if it wasn't for his voice, that character is not as iconic. That man's voice had people. Hell, I do it to this day. But as kids, go up to the fan, put it on high, and go, Luke, I am your father, to try to get that modulated sound.
Vibrato. Wasn't there a thing where they tried doing the tall guy actually having the voice, the guy who was in suit?
Yeah.
And they said nah.
It was like,
Because he had a corny voice.
you're a part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away. Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work. That's how it sounded. Look, dude. Regardless on how I may feel about Star Wars lately, my brother can attest to this. I am a Star Wars nut. Absolute nut.
100%.
Watch the shit every fucking day. I'm telling you. So back in the days, growing up in the 80s when we used to pop Return of the Jedi in all the time, to the 90s when I had the fucking trilogy on VHS, then the THX, the not special editions yet, but the ones that were high def in VHS form, had those. Then the special editions dropped, got that. Like, you couldn't stop me. You couldn't stop me. When the internet became a thing, when the internet became a thing in my house, in our house, yeah, you look up all the Star Wars stuff, and then you find all of these little things, and you're like, holy shit, this is crazy. But he literally was the voice. Now, granted, you have people like Peter Cullen, Frank Welker, people like them that I don't want to see them go yet. You know what I'm saying? But they're up there in age. It scares me. Transformers 40th anniversary is next week. It's next week. For crying out loud. Voices of generations. This was still the voice. This was.
I just got done watching Peter Cullen's interview of how he did Predator, and man, gosh, what a talented set of people.
And I don't think voice actors get enough love in that regard. I mean, you look at Kevin Conroy, who is the greatest Batman of all time. In my personal opinion, is just, I'm never gonna ever say no to that. Who's the best Batman? It's Kevin Conroy. Period.
Yeah, right? It's Conroy, hands down.
But the voice is James Earl Jones. Look, I remember when I was watching Rogue One in theaters, and everybody was geeking out because Vader's gonna be in it, and then he gets on, and then he starts to talk, and I'm like, no, he's so old. You hear it. That's not Vader. That's not, and it's fucked up. Yet, when you can fix that, when you can do things with it, like in Rebels, for instance, or was it Rebels? Where else did he pop up later on? It was in animation, but then it was like, oh yeah, that's Darth Vader right there. Fuck that. That's it. That's it. Yeah, man, it kills me. But 93 years old is a very, very good, long life. And he's accomplished a lot, you know? Like I said, like Coming to America is one of my favorite comedies of all times. And, you know, he was a great king. The Lion King is one of the best Disney movies ever made. And he was Mufasa. Oh, shit, speaking of Lion Kings, Gam Z1, ladies and gentlemen. The fucking house is stacked.
Will I have arrived?
Oh, shit. This shit is stacked. I was about to hang this up, too. Look at this. But, Gam, since you just got here, I'll let you do a quick rundown of the last three topics. Three topics. First topic.
Okay.
What's your favorite Friday the 13th movie?
Oh, that's a good one. It's probably a tie between Friday the 13th Part 2 and Friday the 13th Part 4.
Oh, wow. Two of those, both of those didn't make the list.
Not bad at all.
It's time to go.
My reasoning is the first movie, incredibly boring. Just the most boring thing I have ever witnessed in my life, almost.
Bruh,
And
speaking
I learned that very intimately with Rob over the course of my birthday.
Yeah, that was a long night.
That was.
That was a long fucking night. I was all jazzed up for that too, and oh boy, snores.
The energy just sucked away from the entire viewing room in like a matter of an hour. Probably even half an hour.
That changed my entire opinion on Friday the 13th Part 1.
The movie's not
But
good.
the second one introduced Jason the villain. Sure, he doesn't have his iconic hockey mask, but it's still like, really setting in the lore of Jason and how he's an unstoppable killing machine. And Friday the 13th Part 4, if I recall correctly, it might have been Part 3, but I think it's Part 4, that introduced Tommy Jarvis, my favorite character in the Friday the 13th lore.
Yeah, that is part 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
All right. Second topic. Venom 3 trailer, the final Venom 3 trailer. Your thoughts?
My thoughts is I'm cautiously optimistic. I loved the first 2 Venom movies just for their own thing. Like, would I want them to be closer to the comics than they are? Absolutely. But as their own things, I love them. But at the same time, Knull already? Really? He is a multiversal threat. What is Venom gonna do by himself?
Yeah. I wonder if they do the stupid spiral shit that was on all the symbiotes in the comic.
I mean, if they're introducing Knull, they have to, and they have to reveal that the spider logo was a dragon logo the whole time.
What?
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
Yeah, in the comic book lore, the spider logo that Venom interpreted from Spider-Man's red and blue suit, that was a actual mutation of the true symbiote logo, which is a dragon.
Why?
Huh?
Because symbiote dragons.
Okay.
Yeah, it happened. It happened. It's in the
Instead of
comics.
spider legs, they're wings.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean, I can't lie. I would like to
don't
see
know.
Knull fly
Understood.
that dragon thing. That would be fucking crazy.
But it looks like they're also introducing the rest of Venom's children, like Scream and a Phage and Lasher and stuff, which that might be cool. Because, they all combined and formed, what the heck was that symbiote called?
It was called MacGuffin.
Something or other. But in the comics, they all combined and bonded to a dog, and he's a good boy.
Oh God. God, Almighty God. Oh no, the Almighty
You're
God.
fucking with me.
I am not fucking with you.
No, I think he's
Okay.
right. Yeah, I think
The
that's...
Venom comics are wild.
So are we talking about Venom or Deadpool? Because this is goofy.
Venom's goofy, bro.
And Venom is
always
goofy,
been goofy,
yeah.
bro.
Venom has been goofy.
Yeah, alright.
All right, and then finally, the passing of James Earl Jones. I said my piece, so I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna start with the person I've known the longest. So that's you, J Rod.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, right? Look at that. You should have seen it coming.
A lot of things I don't see coming.
Not anymore.
Alright. No!
Ah!
Low blow.
Oh, low blow indeed.
Low blow. Low blow, my man. Low blow.
Sorry, inside joke.
Yeah, inside's better outside now.
Oh,
No, that was really fucking hard to hear. James Earl Jones passing, that was just fucking. You were the first person I actually thought of when I heard it. I was like, fuck, I need to talk to Audrey about this, bro. Damn. That's fucking, that's James Earl Jones. That dude is iconic voice. Again, like you said, with The Sandlot, he was in The Sandlot. Dude, he fucking, Coming to America. You know what I mean? Not just his voice, but him as a person. The dude had plenty of fucking good quotes in life. It's a tough one. But like you said, he lived a long life. The dude, it wasn't like he passed at a young age. Kind of like a Robin Williams. Not trying to throw other people into it, but you know what I mean? Robin Williams, he's fucking iconic out there. You know what I mean? When you lose Robin Williams, this shit was oh damn, that's a tough one. But fucking James Earl Jones, that's another, that was a tough one. So yeah, that one kind of hurt.
Chase.
I didn't like Disney when I grew up. I mean, I liked the Disney back from like when Disney started, like Sword and Stone, Robin Hood, stuff like that. So I didn't really care for Lion King cartoon. I didn't care for stuff like that. But you know, my thing with James Earl Jones was obviously Star Wars, and I watched The Sandlot religiously. That was just a genuinely good movie. My family watched a lot. My dad was a big baseball fan, and I like baseball. But that movie was really good. Just not, you know, it had tons of great actors in it, and James Earl Jones as Mr. Myrtle. I just love that. I don't know, that just him as that character and seeing him like that. It always made me warm and gave me the warm and fuzzies. And with Hercules, the dog, and everything, you know, and being like a soft version of Cujo, you know, I really like that movie, and that's where I gravitated toward James Earl Jones so much. And you know, he had a long life, man. 93 years. That's no joke. And that's going to be probably more than the majority of us can say. And, you know, for him to reach that accomplishment of 93 years proves, in my opinion, how great of a soul that man was. And it's sad that a legend like him is gone. And one of the most iconic voices in cinema and in history of our time, you know, he always reminded me of Michael Clark Duncan in a way too. And just, you know, now that those two are gone, it's just, you know, granted Michael Clark Duncan passed away a lot longer ago, but the resonance of those two, it really hurt. It stings, because those were, I digress with that, but you know, James Earl Jones will be missed, and you know, he's left a huge legacy. You know, the legacy of Darth Vader will never be gone. You know, his voice will always be recognizable, and I hope that he's resting wherever he is, and you know, having it peaceful. And it's just it's sad thinking that it's, you know, not to be too depressing with it, but it just makes you come to terms with the mortality. But in the way I look at it is it makes me very grateful, and I don't take the characters and the people I care about for granted.
Nice.
And you know, I just want to just end it with saying, you know, Godspeed, James Earl Jones. Farewell, and we'll see you in the next life, or whatever happens next after this.
Games.
Bro, this year fucking sucks simply because of all the deaths that has happened. First, we got Satsuma-san, Godzilla from the Heisei area. Then we got Nakao-san, for the Admiral from the Heisei era. Both devastating to me as a nerd, right? And then this, my favorite Disney movie of all time, Lion King, Mufasa, Darth Vader, dude. This sucks. The sands of time are a cool concept, and it just makes me all the more scared of my own mortality. And he's just gonna be missed, man. He was a legend, dude. A legend. Like, fuck. God, I love you, James Earl Jones. Rest in power, you beautiful man.
JR.
Look, James Earl Jones, we've said it, he's a legend. He's awesome. His passing is a shame. He did live a long and great life. He is iconic. Darth Vader, man, come on. That's how I was introduced to James Earl Jones. He said, "Luke, I am your father." That man right there created cinema history with his voice. He was the embodiment of Darth Vader. And may he rest in peace, and may his legacy continue to live on till the end of time.
Beautiful. Rob.
I mean, James Earl Jones was in my life just as long as Mark Hamill, Kevin Conroy, Gary Chalk, David Kay. I mean, he is one of the original voices from the time that I was a young little sprout that I could recognize. It's like, oh, that's Darth Vader. That's Mufasa. This, this and that. And I mean, I don't think you could find a more decorated soul in, the realm of cinema. The man was very, very well known before he was a voice actor. He was very well accomplished. I mean, awards, notoriety, the whole 9 yards. He was the full package. It just so happened that he was actually just one of the sweetest living human beings on earth. And I think that hurts more, knowing that, a genuine good soul is gone. And it's not so much the talent, but just the fact that, he was who he was. He had the legacy that he has. And it's sad. There's a million different ways you could say how sad this is, but it really is sad. And it sucks. It just like flat out, it sucks. And there's no other way for me to communicate that. I mean, he's going to be missed. He's forever cherished. His soul, his essence will go on through the movies that he was a part of, either physically or through his voice. And may he rest in peace.
One of my favorite lines in all of fucking cinema history is literally how he goads Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi. When he's like, sister, so you have a twin sister. And he just goads him. I know when he says, if you will not turn to the dark side, then perhaps she will. The way he delivers that, and the way Luke comes out with the anger and the aggression, everything the Emperor wants, and that fucking back and forth, the music swells, the lightsabers are clashing, the green versus the red, the silhouette of it all. I mean, for the love of God, it's cinema history. It's cinema history, and he was it. He was the greatest. Like, I tell you, when Kevin Conroy passed, man, a chunk of me left, because it wasn't his time. There was still more Batman to do. There was still so much. I was at peace. That's why I didn't make a big deal out of this. I was at peace when I heard James Earl Jones passed, because he's accomplished everything I needed him to accomplish for me. And like I said, when I heard him in Rogue One, that wasn't the same James Earl Jones as Darth Vader. He was slower.
Oh, no, and he definitely didn't sound the same as Mufasa in the live-action Lion King remake.
Yeah, and see, I don't even remember that. I blocked that movie out.
Yeah, he reprised his role as Mufasa for that movie.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
But yeah, so on that note, James Earl Jones, you are my father. I fucking love you. I fucking love you, and thank you for everything. And God, there's only 2 left, and then I put my head in the sand.
No, Ray, you aren't an ostrich. You can't do that.
I'm going to. But Peter Cullen and Frank Welker, they are American icons. We need to protect them at all costs. At all costs! At all costs. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it.
James Earl Jones and the Synchron of Nymphs, too, or something like that.
God, I haven't seen that movie since the 80s. I used to watch that movie a lot, too. He might have been the owl. Who knows? But, I digress. 3. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for this episode of the G Show live stream.
No, hold on
What?
a minute.
What?
Did y'all not talk about the PlayStation 5 Scam Edition?
Bro, we've been on for an hour and a half. Yeah, we did that already.
You didn't ask me about that.
Because I said the last 3 topics. That was the first topic. So we'll catch you on the flip side, but I'm not going to let you tear apart the beautiful tribute to James Earl Jones, which is spit on the PS5 Pro.
Yeah, get it together.
Yeah, get it together. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for this episode of the G Show live stream. I want to thank everybody here, starting with you, Shinra. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for having me, as always. Joy, a pleasure, even when we get into our feels.
Yes. JR, thank you for jumping in, even though I didn't think you would. Thank you for jumping in.
Yeah, no, sorry I was late. I sent the tattoo picture to y'all, so yeah, look forward to that in the live streams.
Who's
Yeah, that's for my live stream channel because they can see me.
J-Rod, thank you for jumping in.
Yeah. As always, a pleasure, buddy.
Brother Chase, thank you for jumping in or joining.
Absolutely. I appreciate getting, in our hugging circle of our sorrows with you all.
Yep. And last but not least, go ahead, Gam, sign us off.
Well, that's all, folks.
Pretty good.
That was his. That was Gam's opportunity to spit on the fucking PS5